So what happens when you're losing games like this to start a season and you're supposed to be good? If the Rockies or the White Sox or the Marlins had started off 0-7, there's not much talking about, oh, this is what we expected. This is what the Sims said. The media isn't all over you. You're not the lead story of nothing personal. It's a Tuesday. But when you're a good team, when you're a team that was chosen by many to win the division, when you're a team that's put together by a brilliant executive, Alex Anthopoulos, a team that has done nothing but win for the last, God, for me and an NL East guy, it feels like the Braves have done nothing but win since the early 90s and certainly for the last 25 years. More media, more attention, more questions. So what the manager has to do is you have to take a pin to the atmosphere in the clubhouse and you have to keep pricking. You try to release the air, release the heavy, dense, thick layer of ozone that is so pervasive in a clubhouse where you can just sense that tightness is coming. When you're in a game and you're down 8-0 or down 7-0, that would be a smarter score to start with because that would be Braves 0-7. If you're down 7-0 in a game, what you say to your players on the bench is, hey, just get the line moving. Get on base. All right, now you get on base. Don't get down on the knob, dig in, and look for a 7-run home run. They don't exist. Let's get runners on. Side note, Coca, do you know when we're down 2 runs going into the 9th that we don't want a leadoff home run? Strange, because you'd think a leadoff home run would be amazing because then you're down 1 with no outs and a run in. But we always like someone to get on base when you're down 2 runs because it just feels like you're starting a rally. When you hit a home run, that can be a one-off and you're down 2, then you're down 1. You still need to have a rally. When someone gets on base, you got yourself the start of a potential rally. So when you're down 7-0 in a game, get on base. It's the same thing when you're 0-7. And really, when you're in the middle of a losing streak and you've lost 7 in a row, you don't try to win 7 in a row the next game. And that sounds so easy in practice and in theory. But the truth is it's not. And Austin Riley, one of the players who's just played terribly, he said, from a personal standpoint, it's honestly embarrassing what I've displayed offensively. He's 3 for 27 right now. I've got a lot of work to do. It's embarrassing. I really love that sort of leadership where you're not calling out the entire team because the entire team is struggling. I like when a player takes it on himself to say, I want to be better. I'm going to work myself out of this. But the real job for an 0-7 team that's supposed to be good rests with the manager. And Brian Snitker came out with a quote that I really wanted to examine for you. He said, I don't wish this on anybody in a competitive arena. What we're going through is tough, very tough. Everybody knows it. Those guys in there are more than aware of it. They feel it. It's hard. And there's nothing you can do but to fight your way out of it. So there's 2 ways that we ask our manager to talk in these situations. One way is that you just say, hey, we're obviously a good team. I have all the faith, trust, and confidence in this group of players. We've got this. Everybody stay calm. The other way is you go with the disappointment route. It is very hard for me to believe that we have not been prepared for these games. We look like we're out to lunch. We're not having competitive at-bats from 1 through 9 in the lineup. Our bullpen is not ready to go. They're not performing. I'm going to try to do a better job. But these guys have to look in the mirror. That's the second way you can do it. The third way you can do it, which is a way that I don't suggest on anybody, is you ignore it. It's called the ostrich's head in the sand routine. You don't talk about it with the media. You don't answer questions about it. You don't make your players or anybody available but what you're mandated to do, which is to have your manager available. And you tell your manager, just ignore it. We've got a game to play today against the Marlins, and we're going to play. We're looking forward to the game. We look forward to each game. So the 3 different ways. And what Snitker chose is he wanted to be honest outwardly about what's going on in the clubhouse. Now, it's true that the Braves players have very likely looked at the stats and said that nobody who started the season 0-7 has made the playoffs. Two of the teams who started 0-7, and there have been 28 of them, they had winning seasons. The other 26 did not. So what are the odds that the Braves have a winning season? You would argue it's 1-14. What are the odds that the Braves make the playoffs? You could argue statistically it's 0. But in baseball, we really don't look at it that way. We look at an 0-7 start. It's not like in the NFL going 0-7, because remember, every game in the NFL roughly is 10 games. So if you're 0-7 during a football season, that's like being 0-70. And I would agree that if you're 0-70 in baseball, the odds of you having a winning season are 0. The odds of you making the playoffs are 0. But 0-7, 7 out of 162, you're not even at 5% of the season. Just keep that in mind. We are still at the early part of early. We're not even mid-early this season. Now, it's true the Braves have a lot of good things coming. They've got Acuna coming back next month. They've got Strider coming back. They've got Profar coming back. I cannot believe I'm saying those three people in the same sentence. Let me do that better, Coca. 4-8-69. The Braves have Acuna coming back from his second torn ACL, and he should be back next month. By definition, that's going to help. They've got Spencer Strider, arguably their best pitcher, coming back sometime in May. That's going to help. They're going to have to play without Jurickson Profar, who was suspended for 80 games for steroids. Not ideal. He'll be back at the start of July. The question is, where will the Braves be? I've got a prediction for you. When Jurickson Profar comes back in July, the Braves are going to be above 500. The Braves are too good not to recover from this start. So I would encourage you not to panic. And if you are concerned about a winning team or making the playoffs, here's one way to go through life that I like. I'm a glass half full guy. Now, it's true when the glass is halfway finished, I try to refill the glass. But when I look at a glass, I'm like, oh, I got a ways to go. You're only 4 games back of the wild card, and you have 155 games to play. Doesn't that make you feel so much better about where you are? I'm going to give you a wait to see on the Braves here, Coca. An official wait to see, if you don't mind. And we can keep this until the end of the season. Put it at davidsamsonpodcast.com. The Atlanta Braves will finish with a winning record in 2025. Wait to see.